Welcome everybody to a look at another 4K limited edition release from Arrow Video, and it is 1960s The Apartment. So this is directed by Billy Wilder, who I've now seen 10 other films from. Favourites being Sunset Boulevard, which also had a 4K release earlier this year, Double Indemnity, Witness for the Prosecution, and The Lost Weekend. So this is a romantic comedy, clocking in at 120 minutes long, cost $3 million to make, but made 24.6 million at the box office. So a huge success for all involved. Stars Jack Lemmon, who I've seen in 11 other films, favourites being the likes of The Odd Couple, The China Syndrome, and The Out of Towners. Shirley MacLaine, who was really well great in the likes of Being There, The Children's Hour, and Some Came Running. And finally, Fred MacMurray, who teamed up with Billy Wilder in Double Indemnity, and he was also excellent in the likes of Remember the Night and Fair Wind to Java. So Bud Baxter is a minor clerk in a huge New York insurance company until he discovers a quick way to climb the corporate ladder. He lends out his apartment to the executives as a place to take their mistresses. Although he often has to deal with the aftermath of their visits, one night he's left with a major problem to solve. So yeah, I actually got the chance in back in, I think it was February of this year, to see this 4K restoration at the cinema, which was released to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Jack Lemmon's birth. And yeah, this romantic comedy is another superb effort from director Billy Wilder, who manages to neatly balance the seriousness of its themes, because it's talking about you know the big bosses and such exploiting the worker for all that they can get from them and such, and the worker rebelling against such an abuse and exploitation with the more light-hearted moments. So obviously there is romance to this. The three leads are also superb. It is predominantly well paced. The script is extremely well written. There are plenty of laughs to be had throughout. The romance side of it is charming as well as convincing. It is well shot and the plot is wholly engrossing. So yeah, another really well great effort from Billy Wilder and another solid 4.5 stars for him. I think I gave Sunset Boulevard and Double Indemnity that. Witness for the Prosecution also got a 5 out of 5 from me. And The Lost Weekend also got 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, he's quite frankly one of the more consistent filmmakers that I've seen films from. And yeah, this is another great effort from him. We also have this artwork here, which I don't think is new. Oh yeah, newly commissioned artwork by Ignatius Fitzpatrick. So yeah, unless it's the reversible sleeve artwork that they're talking about. Nope, that's the original. So yeah, you get the new artwork on one side of the sleeve of the case, and then you get the original artwork on the reverse. We also get a booklet with this release, which is quite thick, thicker than usual for these Arrow Video non-hard box releases. It's actually 43 pages long, so that's decent size. And inside you get cast and crew, and then we get Sweet and Sour, The Greatness of Billy Wilder's The Apartment by Neil Sinyard, Broken Mirrors, Illusion and Delusion, or Disillusion in Billy Wilder's Diamond Comedies by Kat Ellinger, Shut Up and Deal, The Changing Candor of 1960s Hollywood Cinema, Morality Wise by Travis Crawford and H.V.H., and then about the presentation and production credits as well. So yeah, seeing this 4K restoration on the big screen really not only made me appreciate the film more, but also made the 4K restoration just absolutely pop. It really was the best way to see this for the first time. So yeah, but it's still great to see it on the small screen in this 4K restoration regardless, because like I said, it does look great. It sounds great as well, and yeah, they've done a bang up job with this release. So the apartment is presented in its original aspect ratio of 2:35 to 1 with the original mono soundtrack and a 5.1 mix. Not entirely sure what the mix was at the cinema, but like I said, it still sounded good. The 4K master has been made available by MGM via Park Circus. Park Circus does a lot of the re-releases in the likes of the UK, so that's how I know it was the 4K version from them. As it even said, it was restored at the beginning of the film. And then the HDR10 and Dolby Vision Greys were completed by Fidelity in Motion, and the mono audio was remastered by Brett Cameron. So yeah, done a fair decent amount of work with this release. And yeah, the disc itself has again the same artwork that we've seen already on the slipcover and the sleeve. And on the disc itself, in terms of extras, well, the 4K restoration is from the original camera negative, which means 4K 2160p Ultra HD Blu-ray presentation in Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible, original lossless mono audio, optional lossless 5.1 DTS HD master audio remix. Although I don't think it really needs it. It's not exactly a film with a lot of spectacle and such. It is mostly just talking and character interactions. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Audio commentary with film producer and historian Bruce Block. Then The Key to the Apartment and Appreciation by film historian Philip Kemp. Select scene commentary by Philip Kemp. The Flawed Couple, a video essay by filmmaker David Carnes on the collaborations between Billy Wilder and Jack Lemmon. Then you got A Letter to Castro, a interview with actress Hope Holiday. The Writer Speaks, Billy Wilder, an archival interview from the Writers Guild of America's Oral History series. Then you got Inside the Apartment, a half-hour making of featurette from 2007, including interviews with Shirley MacLaine, executive producer Walter Murch, and others. Magic Time, The Art of Jack Lemmon, an archive profile of the actor from 2007. So I imagine that was also on the on a DVD or something from the same period as that, as the previous interviews. And then theatrical trailer, and as I've shown you already, the reversible sleeve artwork and the booklet. So yeah, fantastic film, and another one that is well worthy of the 4K restoration that it's been given, and one that I do highly recommend, especially if you are into your romantic comedies. But like I said, this is not just the typical romantic comedy. You know, you don't just have your romance or your comedy, but you also have the series themes that I've talked about, and then you have the excellent writing that underpins all of it with that script. So yeah, fantastic effort from Billy Wilder, and like I said, one that I recommend. But if you have seen it before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. And it, yeah, joins a long series of 4K releases from Arrow Video this year, to knock it out the park. Quite frankly, they really have been on a roll this year. So yeah, it's hoping that the whatever they've got coming next year, because obviously we all know what's coming out in December, and what is already planned for the likes of January. So yeah, hopefully what they have coming out for next year in its entirety will match what they've done this year, because overall they've been absolutely excellent. And we've still not even got Shore Scope Volume 4 in my hands yet, so we could be even on a even bigger roll with that, because obviously there's 16 films in that. It'll be packaged beautifully, just like the previous box sets from Arrow Video have been. And yeah, hopefully the films themselves will be good, but whether or not they're going to be as good as something like The Apartment, we'll have to see. So yeah, nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.